Hello there everybody, I am Harala Botsakiris and this is Future Games. Today we are going to check out a game called Roots of Mali. Roots of Mali, it's a tactical 1 versus 1 skirmish game in which you control an army, and the army is consisted of dice. So each die has a specific side and each side is a specific unit. So you get to manipulate the die and you get to control the battle and do awesome stuff. But also Roots of Mali came with a predecessor, which is Light of Dragons. So Light of Dragons is the previous game. It has the same mechanics. It's like a series because it's the dice that have different abilities. It's like a different army. So if you get this one, you also can combine the two armies or play one army versus the other army, which is really interesting. And I like that about the game. So let's talk further about how the game is played and what is the game's components. And yeah, we're gonna talk more about it later. So guys, this is the components of the Roots of Mali game, and this is the Light of Dragons, and I put it here so you can see the nice cloth pouches that also the Roots of Mali is going to have. So let me talk more about the components of the game. So the game comes with these dice. So I'm not gonna explain the abilities of the dice, but each side has a specific ability. So each die can move, can attack, the die can upgrade to a specific unit, and some of the sides has a specific spell that they can cast. Let me tell you more about the things that you can do in the game. So one thing is that you can do is a movement. So usually in the game, except if the specific side, a specific unit has a special move, they can go one movement up, down, right, or left. It's so simple. Up, down, right, and left. And that's it. The second thing that you can do, let's suppose that these are the dice. Let me just put it like here. So in this instance, I can attack another unit and an opponent's unit. And this die, because it is a level 5, it can beat level 4. And I get to put it here in the exile. So I'm gonna talk more about the exile and the reserve in a bit. So also, how do we win the fight with an opponent's unit? Just as long as the opponent's unit is 1 or more levels less than us, we can win the fight. But number 3 wins number 6 also. So number 5, 4, 2, and 1 cannot beat 6, but only 3 can beat 6. Another thing that you can do is upgrade your unit from level 1, and you can get it to level 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Another thing that you can do is cast a spell. Specific creature has specific spells, and this is the board that we are going to fight. And you can see these lines, the black line here and the green line here. These are the spawn zones. Actually, the game calls them supply zones, and the rest of the area is the warlands, the playing area. Now, do you see this +1, +2, +3, +1, +2, +3? So these are the extra points that we can get to win the game. So how do we take these points, and how do we win the game? So this is the victory point track, and this is the mana, as we might say, track. We use the below track so we can spend mana to do some special moves, and we can track our victory points with this white cube. And once we are in the 10 victory points, we win the game. And how do we get these victory points though? We get these victory points by defeating enemies. So if we defeat a level 2 enemy, we get 2 victory points. If we defeat a level 6 enemy, we get 6 victory points. But the field bonus gives us extra victory points. So if we defeat an opponent in this level, for example, if we defeat a level, let's say a level 6. So if we defeat a level 6 unit here, we get 6 plus 2, which is the field bonus. We get in total 8 victory points. And we put the dice here because this is the reserve. This is the army that we have, so we can play. And if we use this, so if not we exactly use, but we can use them to go to exile, or if the enemy defeats us, they also go to the exile, means that we can never use them. So be really careful how you use your dice, because you might run out of army and have no units to win, so you lose. Yeah, so this is the game. It's easy to understand, it's easy to explain, it's pretty fast, and you also can have a player aid so you can see its unit and what it does. And let's go to my final thoughts. Okay, now that I've told you a bit about the game, let's talk about what makes this game great. Number one is that this game is pretty fast. So within 30 minutes, maximum 40 minutes, the game is over and we can play another time. So it's pretty fast, and along with that, it's pretty easy to learn. There's not much to learn. There's a learning curve. But it's pretty fast. So let's go to number 2. Number 2 is that in the game there is no luck involved, 0 luck. The only lucky thing that you can get is that your opponent makes a wrong move. So it's highly strategic for all of you that like games like chess and 0 luck involved in everything that they play. This is the game for you. Now let's go to the things that keep the game from being even greater. Number one is the analysis paralysis factor, which is logical because this is a highly strategic game. So 0 luck, like chess. So if you get into a spot that you're cornered and you must really think about how not to lose the game, so this is where the analysis paralysis thing comes. And it can happen into many moves. So if there is no luck involved in the game, that's usually the case. The analysis paralysis factor comes in. Let's go to number 2. Okay, point number 2. Point number 2 is that because it is designed for people that like the high level of strategy and 0 luck, all the other people that they played the game, they find it not fun. I'm sure that the people that I'm just comparing it to chess. I'm sure the people that play chess find it really challenging and interesting. And this is the thing about the game. Actually, I find it more fun than chess. I find chess a bit boring. Excuse me for that. But even though this is far more interesting than chess, because it has some theme in it and I like all the stuff that you can do with the dice, it's pretty challenging to put it on the table and play it with American players or Euro gamers. So yeah, that's one of the challenging things about the game. So let's go to my final thoughts. The dice are a highly strategic thing in the game. That is involving your brain and have your ability to really think hard on what you're gonna do. So if you're an American gamer and you enjoy chugging dice and throwing, that's not the game for you. The point number 2 is that if you're a Euro gamer and you like high level of strategy games, you might try it out. You want to try it out because you might like it, and you might like the fact that also there's the Light of Dragons, and you can mix and match the armies, so you can make something unique, or you can fight the Roots of Mali army with Light of Dragons army, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. Also, the point number 3 is that if you are a gamer that like chess-like games, then that's the game for you. I enjoy it more than I enjoy chess. I find the chess to be more dry. This has more theme in it, so these are my final thoughts about the game. So if you like what you hear today, go back and support the game on Kickstarter. And if you like the review, go and subscribe to our channel. And enjoy, guys.